This is Nick with Build Brothers Roofing. Started my inspection at 6610 Dansville, out here in the San Diego area. We're starting our inspection underneath the eave of the house. So typically when we start our inspections, we like to check out the wood around the home. And the eaves consist of your fascia board, you have your rafter tails, and then you have your starter board. And the reason why we like to start underneath the eave is that it will give us that good idea as far as what kind of wood repair we can expect on this project, and also how good of a job the roof is doing, the current roof is doing, as far as keeping water off the property itself. You can see we got a lot of termite damage on this property. A lot of that stuff might be old, that's okay. We got some more damage up here on this fascia. But what that is indicative of is, you know, termites do enjoy getting into moist pieces of wood. You can see we have some along the fence as well. And so when they're getting into the fascia, it's telling me that, you know, a lot of this fascia could be getting moist in the past, or, you know, typically that water's getting underneath the product right now. The wood repair doesn't seem to be too bad though. Obviously, you know, the wood is just old at this point, and termites are going to find their way. So I'm not too concerned about the wood repair that's on this project. I would say that the homeowners have done a great job as far as upkeep goes on this roof. You can see that the paint is nice and fresh. This roof does have drip edge on it, so that's helping to protect the wood. The product itself is pretty aged. This is an architectural asphalt shingle, and you can see how much granule loss we have already. So all of this is a fiberglass that is exposed. And so essentially what's happening on this product is the oils have started to evaporate from the shingle product. And as those oils evaporate, the granules start to deplete. They roll off whenever it rains. They end up in gutters and on the flat roof, which is what I'm going to show you. You can see these gutters are full of granules from the shingle itself. And so as those granules start to deplete, the fiberglass becomes exposed and the waterproofing is greatly affected. There have been some repairs done on this roof. You can see how these are all newer shingles compared to this portion of the roof. And you can see we have another flat roof over here on this section. But again, a lot of these shingles have been damaged. You can see a lot of them are ripped, right? But the adhesiveness on this shingle product is still in pretty good shape. This is a newer roof over here on this section. You can see we've got a lot of ponding going on. And then when I'm talking about the granule loss, whenever it rains, all these granules come down and they accumulate in this area. So these particular signs, when it comes to the amount of granule loss that we're seeing, those are signs showing that the roof itself has gone past that life expectancy. Now, this roof is still in decent shape. Again, the adhesiveness of this roof is still doing really well. The shingles are still sticking together, which I like to see. So even though we're starting to get that granule loss going, it's a very thick shingle that was installed, and it seems to be doing its job. We got proper step flashing along the chimney itself, another good sign. And the penetrations are all in pretty good shape as well. So, I want to show you this part. Valleys are woven nicely. I see no real issues with this roof other than the amount of granule loss that has already started to occur. Now, this roof does have life left in it. I am not going to sit here and say that this roof should be replaced immediately. Is it going to be time to replace this roof within the next 5 years or so? More than likely. So the new homeowner needs to do a good job of checking on the roof, making sure that there aren't any active leaks that are going on. They want to make sure that they're upkeeping the roof as far as keeping the sealant up to date around all the penetrations. And I also want them to pay attention to this portion of that flat roof. It didn't really rain a whole lot last night, and we can see how much water is accumulating along the edges of that flat roof. So again, not leaking right now, but it is something that they need to keep their eye on. If and when they are ready to redo this roof, what I am going to suggest is a full tear off on this product. We're going to tear this entire roof down to the wood decking. Reason being is that we want to address any kind of bad wood that is on this roof. Once that is complete, then we will replace this original underlayment, which is a felt underlayment, with a layer of synthetic underlayment. Now, we're an Owens Corning preferred contractor, which means that this new roofing system will come with a 50-year warranty from Owens Corning to go along with a 20-year workmanship warranty from us. Once all that wood repair is complete and that new underlayment is installed, we'll reseal and reflash each and every one of these penetrations, make sure everything is waterproof, and then we'll go ahead and install the architectural shingle on top of it, and that homeowner will have a roof that they won't have to deal with for the next 35 years or so. That is it for my inspection.